So thank you for joining us today for the FJD Trion Model 207 version update webinar. And we're excited to share what is new, what has improved, and how these updates will help you work smarter, faster, and with more confidence. So during this session, we will walk you through the latest features and what this means for your daily workflows. So let's get started. And now we are going to focus on one of the most important parts of this software update, the new Revit plugin. Our technician Ryan will take it from here and we'll dive into the details.
Okay, this is Ryan. I'm giving the introduction of the Revit plugin. So we just update the Revit plugin, and in the past, if you want to process the Revit, the model, the functional data in Revit, you need to export and convert data to RCP format so that you can load it on the Revit. Now we add this plugin. So now the workflow is that after you finish the scan, you process the data, and then you see here is the BIM modeling function, and then you just start this function. It will automatically start your Revit, and then you will be able to select the data here. You'll be able to select your data to generate the model. Now we support the functional data in the 2D plan, which is the vector and the Gaussian model. So you can base on this type of data to generate your building, your BIM model. And after you select the data source, the functional data and the Gaussian model and the 2D plan, you'll be able to select one of them to start your the BIM modeling. And after the Revit started, you can see here is elevation and adjusting function. So click on here, you'll be able to adjust the elevation. Actually, the elevation is the level is generated manually by the software. Basically, it is the lowest point to the highest point. And if you want to adjust it, like you want to change the elevation, and you feel like the automatically section is not very accurate, you can do it like this. We have the point selection too. So you can manually click the lowest point to get the level, and select level 2 and click on the highest point to get the level. So you'll be able to adjust the level. And also, if you want to manually to click the point, you can type in a certain elevation value to get the plan. And after that, you click OK, and will be saved here. And then here you can see we have 3 data sources: the functional data, the Gaussian model, the 2D plan, so you can select any one of them. And then here, the BIM model function, you can click on this plus icon, and then you'll be able to create an object. For the point cloud-based modeling, you have the object type, wall, and window, and doors. So 3 types. And the first is the name the object, and you can give it a name and select the elevation. So if you select level 1, the model will start from level 1. If you select level 2, the model will start from level 2. And the object property is something like the thickness and the wall type. Is it an external wall or is it an internal wall? So different type. And after you define all the property of the object, you can go to define the wall's location, the object's location. Like, is it an internal wall or is it an external wall? Yeah. And then you can click on, and then you can go to the functional data. Like if you want to generate a wall here, you can click from point A to point B, and then the wall will be generated here. And after you click OK, it will update on Revit. So this is the first way to generate the object. And the second, if you want to do it on the Gaussian model, it is the similar operation. You just click from, the first step is to add a new object and then start from point A to point B, and a new wall will be generated here. And the elevation is based on the elevation you created. You just create it here. And then click on OK. It will also update on the Revit. And the third way is by the vector, the 2D plane. So this is also the most recommended way to generate the model. Because when you did when you draw lines on the point cloud data or the Gaussian model, you cannot select it very accurate because you cannot see the points very clear. So if you want to have a good accuracy, the best way is to first create. You can see we have a drawing function here. You can manually draw the vectors and then get the 2D plan. And then based on the 2D plan, you can just create a new object. And then you can see on the vector-based creation, we provide more objects. Like we have wall and window and door and ceiling as well. And in the future, we will add more, of course. And based on the vector, you just need to click on the line. And then click OK. You see the wall will automatically generating. And then, it is faster apparently than the point cloud data based on the point cloud data and the 3D model. And it will update to the Revit. And so if you want to have more library, you can do it on the Revit. So you can see here on Revit, we have an FJD model. We have a FJD model modeler. And then here you can create, you can select the library on Revit. You can add something like the chair, the sofa, and then after you add this object on Revit, it will also update on the Trion model, and then we also have the linkage between the Trion model and the Revit. Click on here, you link the model and Trion model and the Revit to the same perspective. You can see if I rotate, it will rotate on Revit as well. So here, you can click on link to the current, and it will go to the starting point. So you can rotate and shift on Trion model, and it will have some action on the Revit. And then the final point is that here you can see we have the fusion function here. So after you finish the modeling on the Trion model, and then you want to check if it is accurate enough, you can load the point cloud data to Revit here. Load data, and then you will see the point cloud data, and you can compare the difference between the point cloud data and the model you created. So through this way, you can check if it is properly. So here are all the update of the Revit plugin, and the next part will be presented by my colleague.
Thank you. So let me go back. So thank you, Ryan, for the explanation of the Revit plugin. I think it's the main update for this version of FJD Trion model, like the one that everyone has been waiting for quite a while. But other than the Revit plugin, there are also other key software updates that we would like to talk about. And next, I'd like you to walk through several important supporting updates. They might not change your workflow as dramatically as the Revit plugin, but together they significantly improve data quality, visualization, and day-to-day usability. So with the Model 207, we've enhanced imaging and colorization, going beyond better visuals to support a wider range of use cases driven by customer needs. So first, let's look at the building camera and what's new in this update. With the latest version, images captured by the building camera can now be linked directly to the point cloud, basically like this, like what you see in the picture, as well as fusing the images captured by the building camera with a point cloud. It means your building camera images and point cloud are no longer two separate data sets. They're now linked together and they work as one. Also, images captured by the building cameras are no longer just for on-screen preview. Now they can be exported based on your needs. So first, you can export the raw images from the left and right cameras as they are. And because wide-angle images can contain distortion, you can also export distortion-corrected segmented images. Each raw image is split into 3 views, as you can see here, like 1, 2, 3. So it's easier to use in scenarios like, for example, traffic documentation. This update gives users more flexibility, so you can choose the output that best fits your workflow. Next, let's talk about the infrared camera colorization and temperature rendering. So the infrared camera is an upcoming add-on for the P2 in the next few months, and I think most of you have heard about it. So we'd love to invite you to test it with us. And that's exactly why we've already updated FJD Trion model to support this new hardware. So with this update, thermal images can be mapped onto the point cloud using color gradients to visualize the temperature data, like the example that you can see on the right. This turns the point cloud from pure geometry into diagnostic data, unlocking more use cases for inspection and troubleshooting. And also, let's talk about the V4E LiDAR. So for those who may be new to it, V4E LiDAR is our new product, and it's a 3D scanning solution that works together with your phone. With this Trion model update, it now supports point cloud colorization using images captured by your iPhone. So you can now get high quality colorized point clouds using an iPhone and basically no extra camera required. Well, the remaining new functions are primarily aimed at enabling deeper utilization of the hardware capabilities. So also let's take a look at them. We have improved accuracy when working with the P2 extension pole. So, well, using a pole is different from ground marking because the extra height can affect accuracy. So now the system performs an additional accuracy check after pole-based measurements. That gives you more reliable results for elevated targets. Also, we optimized fixed point marking with external camera. After point marking, exported files now keep the original image names, making it easier to trace points back to the field photos. I think this is especially useful for documentation workflows, such as, for example, incident or site verification. And another thing is that previously external camera data could only work in local coordinates, which limited large area modeling. This version adds GNSS fusion, basically enabling external camera data to be used for 3DGS modeling in a global coordinate context. This improves alignment with maps and other geospatial data in large-scale outdoor projects. And then let's move to FJD Trion Scan upgrade. So for the V4E LiDAR, scanning used to be available only on iPhone, as most of you know. So right now with Trion Scan new version, it supports 3D scanning on Android as well. Currently, it is available on selected Samsung Galaxy models from S22 S20 to S25. This gives field teams more flexibility and also reduces reliance on a single platform. So talking about platform and data compatibility updates, we now support direct loading of real-time TGZ files without manual extraction. So the system automatically unpacks and loads both point clouds and trajectory data. This significantly simplifies post-scan data and improves workflow efficiency. And also in the P2 and S2, when combined with Insta360 X5 setup, now support 3DGS modeling, which I think also is an update that is worth mentioning. And going forward, as our business continues to grow, we are continuously improving existing features to enhance product reliability and deliver a better user experience. So we have also updated our interface. In this update, we optimized the layout of the Start, Edit, and View tabs. The goal is to make frequently used tools easier to find without changing how you already work. Basically, we had a lot of feedback in the past about updating our interface. So I think these updates are also the updates that will be useful, especially for the users that are not well aware of how to use Model on a daily basis, because this will help them to learn it quicker and operate faster. And also we improved the trajectory point display, so the points stand out clearly from the surrounding point cloud. And we added a trajectory point list so you can browse and rename points directly. This makes it much easier to locate them without searching through the scene one by one. So basically the key takeaway is less hunting for tools and more focus on actual work. Also, let's have a look at the data handling and performance part. We now support multi-data linkage, so that means that you can load multiple point clouds and videos together. I think this is also an update that a lot of our users asked us about in the past. At the moment, this applies to single unmerged point clouds, and we'll continue expanding this capability. We've also improved the splicing workflow. So once you've confirmed a high quality result, you can lock it in so it won't be changed by later edits. The third area is accuracy and measurement. Vehicle mounted colorization has been improved. So vehicles are now automatically excluded and colorization is remapped for better results. Length measurement has been enhanced to include cross-plane deviation, giving more realistic measurement results. We also improved crop box usability across different views. We fixed issues with high precision point picking and updated the default accuracy evaluation parameters. So now the neighborhood radius is set to 0.10. And finally, let's talk about stability and data safety. So when you change the language, the system now performs a controlled restart, preventing accidental loss of unsaved work. We've also added a project saving mechanism to further protect your data. And in addition, operation history now is automatically carries related settings. So it will be easier to reproduce or review previous steps safely. And I think today we tried to make it quick, so because we know that everyone has a busy schedule, so we wanted to give this quick overview of all the main features worth mentioning in the new update of the FJD Trion model. And while the Revit plugin is the headline upgrade, these improvements are what make daily work smoother. So we hope for you it means better visuals, strong accuracy, broader device support, and fewer workflow interruptions. And that brings us to the end of the update overview.